How well do you know yourself? I know it's a really simple question, but believe it or not many people invest a lot of time, energy, and effort into identifying themselves a little bit more, increasing your self-awareness. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video here. It's around self-awareness. How aware are you of yourself? Research shows us that the more self-aware we are, the more confident we are, the more creative we are, the better decisions that we make, the stronger relationships that we build. We can communicate in a more effective manner. Better workers we are overall, the more promotions we get, the more effective leaders we become, the more satisfied our employees and our team members are, and the more profitable companies that we work for. So overall, the more self-aware you are, the better results you're going to get in life. This, for me, is the foundation of everything that I do in my leadership and management programs, all of my coaching. I run profiles just to raise people's self-awareness, because sometimes people don't know what they don't know. Now, there are many profiles out there to use. We've got DISC personality, you've got DISC behavior profiling, we've got Myers-Briggs, we've got HBDI, human brain dominance indicator, we've got strength deployment inventory, we've got VAK, we've got what else? Oh man, the list goes on. There are just so many different ones out there, even 360s. But what we're going to look at today is one old-fashioned one that I found gets, biggest bang for their buck. It's called a SWOT analysis. I don't know if you've ever done one, but it stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it is just one really quick and easy tool that you can use that's going to give you a little bit more insight into yourself. Because one thing that I do know about self-awareness is that when you are put under pressure, then you act in certain ways. If you know how you're going to act, you can then become self-aware to what the triggers are. When I used to prepare people to go out to Afghanistan and Iraq, we used to spend a week with them, and pretty much the first 3 days was all around self-awareness, because we know when people, like I said, when people put under pressure and under stress, they behave in a certain way. Humans are very predictable with their behavior. If we could predict that, then we can put things in place that will limit the impact that the stress has on people. And also, you can just identify the triggers and then sidestep them to become more effective and efficient in a leader. So this is what I want you to do. Get a piece of paper and do this. Put a line down the middle and across, and we're going to be strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And what I would like you to do is write down in the S all of your strengths that you have. Write them down, all of them. And then on the weaknesses, I want you to write down all of the weaknesses that you have. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then we're going to look at, okay, knowing what our weaknesses are, what are some opportunities that are going to present themselves for me to develop my weaknesses, for them to become strengths? So, as an example, opportunities maybe are new projects, maybe putting your hand up to work on a different team. Maybe it is a course, maybe it's a program, maybe it's working with a coach. What are some of the opportunities here? Maybe it's a relationship that you are not really comfortable with. So you're going to then spend some time to develop that relationship. Now, what are the threats? Now, with the threats, they could be physical, psychological, threats from maybe lack of time, lack of resources. I want you to write down all the threats just down on here that could, and these threats are the ones that are going to derail you. Maybe it's the erratic behavior of your boss, for example. So if you know that, we can then put some things in place around the structure of your day, like we talked around. Now, that is just the first part. So you do this. What I would like you to do is then give it to someone else. Maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's your partner. Maybe it's one of your teammates. Maybe it's one of your peers. Because this now is going to, what they come back with, that is a self-awareness. Those are the things that you didn't know about yourself. And there's a model you can Google. It's called Johari window. And these are the things that you don't know about yourself, but others do know about yourself. And if you can work on them and actually identify them, then you're going to get a better result. As an example for myself, years ago, it would be I'd never follow up, or my attention to detail was pretty poor. I didn't know that. Someone told me through doing this exercise. So now what I do is I make sure I double check things before I send them. I make sure that if in a workshop situation, I'm going to promise to send some follow-up information, I'll write it down on my action items there and then I'll endeavor to do it first thing in the morning after the workshop. And those are learned behaviors and learned skills I've learned to make me more effective as a leader. So go away, do this for yourself and get someone else to do it. The more people you do it, it's like a mini 360. It's going to give you some really great information that you can work with to develop yourself and to put a plan in place for the next 12 months. Like I said, the more self-aware you are, the more confident you're going to be, the better decisions that you're going to make, the stronger relationships that you're going to build. You're going to communicate more effectively. You're going to, get more promotions, you're going to become a more effective leader, more satisfied teams that work for you. And more often than not, that all leads into profitability for the companies that you're in. So here's a tool. If you would like to use any sort of DISC profiling, strength deployment inventory, Myers-Briggs, then I can do all those inventories for a minimal fee. So if you're interested in any of that self-awareness, then let me know, and start putting it in place. Just become self-aware of the way that you act and behave. Maybe it is even the way that you react to certain people or certain questions. We need to start working on this to make you a more efficient and effective manager.